Previously on Truly Bedrock. I'm not one to take the easy route, and if there's someone who will bring a boatload of blackstone back into the overworld, I wanna be the one to do it. This one? Nope! Aren't you supposed to be afraid of this one? Oh crap! How did you spawn there? 2 blocks away from a nether fortress? With wither skeletons that drop coal? Stop boarding my vessel, you pricks! Ow, my face! Everything's cancelled forever! I quit! Starting tomorrow, we are a LEGO channel. Goodbye, everyone!
Well, here I am on the trash pile of history, with nothing but cat hair and plastic surrounding me. Embracing what I do best, ultimately, escapism, be it writing, Minecraft, or, yes, even LEGO. If anything, it feels like this is where it all began. Being a kid, making up stories about tiny pieces of plastic. It all came so naturally back then. So easy. No fireballs blowing me up every other minute, and no magma cubes to chase me around relentlessly. Just me and the silly worlds I would made up in my mind. It was so flippin' stupid. But why does it feel so right now? Why does it feel like we have indeed fallen?
Wait, is that a pirate ship? Holy crap, it has an actual steering wheel and everything. It even moves a little, look! Cloth sails, actual crew, and get this! Functional cannons! Functional cannons! There we go! This is amazing! I love it!
But what good is it without some friends to share with? After all, no riches in the wall will bail you from the one truly human jail. Loneliness.
Oh hey, LEGO Silent Whisper! You wanna go on an adventure with me?
But, LEGO Silent Whisperer, I don't want to go back to Minecraft. It's like an actual game and I have to play it. Well, I never thought about it that way. You're right. My friends are waiting for me. On to the adventure! Oh, you're actually not going with me because you're just a LEGO figurine. Okay, fine. On to the adventure!
Now, while I'm joking around, LEGO is actually... Okay, this is actually a no-brainer for anyone who ever played Minecraft. LEGO is essentially a really good inspiration source for any Minecraft builds, especially the medieval ones. I specifically would recommend going to ideas.lego.com and checking out things submitted by other people, as well as some official sets, because they're pretty interesting and pretty fun. Now, this website actually is more of a contest for getting actual LEGO sets made of whatever it is you want to do. But really for our purposes, this is quite inspirational and quite fun. And they even have a separate categories for stuff like steampunk and of course for the medieval things. Which yeah, is pretty much what I would like to spend today building. Though it is admittedly pretty frustrating how much more detail LEGO can fit into a build than a Minecrafter can. Like honestly, all of these read to me as simply something made with the Conquest mod. Not even Conquest Resource Pack. The Conquest mod. I mean, look at this. They made a wall at an angle. That's such a brilliant concept. Look what they're using to support their lamps. That's a saxophone right there. What? Which actually, now that I think about it, we do have a tool here on Truly Bedrock that could help with specifically the details. And that's something I've not necessarily fiddled with, because that's a rabbit hole that I am not morally ready to go down on. To waste a lot of time on. And that is of course Armorstands. You see, Foxy No Tails is basically just a genius when it comes to making Minecraft add-ons, and he created several add-ons for Truly Bedrock. That's why we have mob heads. and you can download them on his website. But also he did the Armorstand Add-on, and the Armorstand Add-on allows us to do quite a few things with them. You can already pose Armorstands in Bedrock Edition, and on top of that, the latest update to the game made it so that if you push a block into an Armorstand, that block stays there, and the Armorstand stays there. There used to be a bug when the Armorstand would glitch out of blocks, but they disabled any sort of collision detection for them. Well, not any sort of, but like at least they made sure that this doesn't happen anymore. And as a result, you can already do quite a bit of incredibly impressive things. None of them come to mind because I'm a, forgetful idiot. But you can easily make a tool rack, for example, which is what I would really like to do. I used to do these type of deals with trapdoors, but now I don't need to. And on top of that, Foxy on the Tail has created an add-on that allows me to do this. And the armor stand becomes invisible. And if I right-click a slime on the armor stand, then the armor stand won't fall, meaning that the gravity is disabled. No one on the server currently is messing around with this technology because all of us are cowards and are terribly afraid of, the possibilities that are there. Oh yeah, and we can make them into babies, I have no idea how. Yeah, so I'm just gonna plant a bunch of carrots around here, totally for no reason. Definitely ain't gonna go and mine some gold right now, because I guess that's what we're doing. We're putting some invisible armor stands with detailing on them all around Mara to brighten my day. So first and foremost, we need to assess what exactly are we decorating, and yeah, this ship... Hi, Piglin. This ship has quite a few rooms currently. Most of them occupied by people I did not invite. Yep, I have no crew. I have no people I could trust. So, first and foremost, we have this room right here, which is right on top of the top deck. And I don't necessarily remember or know what it's called, but I do believe that this is supposed to be the captain's deck. Not the captain's deck, captain's room, and that is what I'm planning on using it as. The problem with that is that for now I've been spending most of my time down here, which is technically the hold, which is where all of the cargo would be, because who cares if some cargo gets flooded by lava and burned down forever. Yeah, the hold itself could use some renovation at the moment, but it was designed with some chests in mind. And if I were to put double chests back to back, kind of sideways against these walls, I would still have a free wide corridor between them to make them more easily accessible. And I should probably do that because, yeah, this is quite the situation. Yeah, I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself. Next, we got this area in which, honestly, we're supposed to have guns. We're supposed to have some, cannons pointing out of this and out of that and that way and that way. Instead, we're sitting here on a supply of carrots. Well, I mean, what good are cannons if you don't have any of the crew anyway? And we're doing it some carrots, so I was thinking about putting them somewhere either in the hull, towards this area, thank you for that, or towards the back, towards the rudder of it. But even then, in the rudder, we actually have some portholes up there, providing some natural light, and by natural light I mean, of course, the lava lakes. And I do want to section this area off. It is basically already visually very much sectioned away from the rest of this deck. The problem really is that what next? What do I do with this bizarre room that has this extra level to its floor? I mean, really, I could just make it into a poop deck, but that will be a little bit too realistic for my liking. So I was thinking that we'll start with the captain's cabin right now. And another thing that I was thinking is that if we are doing a captain's cabin, I do want to spend at least a little time in here. I do want this room to be useful to me. And you know what I've been doing a lot lately? Losing my stuff in lava. Yes, I know it's netherite, it still sinks because we haven't updated the server file or something like that. I don't know, one or the other. Point being, I want a wardrobe full of just quality armor. And yes, quality armor is not necessarily available to me right now, but we can get some. We can get some tiny bit later. I'll go mining for diamonds, whatever, I don't care. So, I want a wardrobe with outfits, because, you know me, I'm all about my clothes. And I want some sort of a desk to work at and to plan the maps out on. And naturally, we could actually use the, actual maps for this, but we are not gonna. Because for one, these would be the maps of the overworld, and like what good are they for us? And for two, unfortunately, maps on Bedrock Edition, they have a little quirk where they add to the amount of gigabytes, well, not gigabytes, megabytes, well, not megabytes, kilobytes, they increase the size of the world you're running, which is not necessarily a problem that much, but then you realize that, oh no, Bedrock Edition is actually optimized to a degree where if the world file gets way too big, then guess what? You can't run your world anymore. It's just gonna be corrupted. And as a result, we're kind of, not in a position to have any amount of maps ever. That's why you haven't seen me do any map pixel art, even though you'd know full well that that's what I'm about. And I just like, I'll need to figure something else out, just like I will have to figure something else out for these floating item frames. Yep, I'm guessing we'll already pulling out the armor stands just to get this desk done. Wow, you are incredibly pointless in this dimension, aren't you? Hey look, what if I want a wither skull on my desk? Well, yeah, tough luck, buddy. Ain't happening unless an armor stand. Well, actually, an armor stand is not even the only way I can personally do that, because I'm clever like this. Now, you know that we have the Ds, the Ds ones, the heads, the mob head plugins that also Foxy made, put together. I'm pretty sure actually making this video, I realized halfway through that Foxy might not have made all of these. I just don't know which ones he actually got help from Dan Rob's props for. But we can plop down these guys, and here's the trick: they are an entity, and a rideable one at that. Don't ask why, it's Bedrock Edition trickery. We needed to do this. You cannot make mob heads like on Java, the way these are. But hey, because these are entities, you know what I can do? I can push them. I can move them around using pistons and, and shulker boxes and everything. I am not kidding. Look at, no. Oh, come on. Let me just activate. And the ghast goes right into where it's supposed to. Another cool bonus is that these heads can and will ride minecarts and also boats, as far as I remember. We were messing around a lot with them back when server started, and then I kind of forgot about them, but not really. But only kind of, but not really. And now all of this knowledge is coming back into play, and I love it. Even if, this desk is currently looking a little bit too barren for my liking. We need to litter the items. And litter the items we shall. No, but look at it. Trapdoor, right? Armor stand, and armor stand posed into the dabbing motion. But then we give it a netherite pickaxe, and it lays basically flat on the thing. I mean, more or less. Basically flat. Of all the poses that could have resulted in that particular situation, of course it was the dab. Of course. Of flipping course. Give me some carrots, I'm gonna make that embarrassment invisible and then push a flipping slab into it. But at least if I want to put something on a, on a wall, more or less flush, it's at the very least the zombie pose. The less embarrassing one out of the two. Can we move this one? Ooh, we can even move it upstairs to a degree. Well, this is pointless. And now my favorite trick around here. Hey! I should have turned them both invisible before doing this, I'm an idiot. Okay, new plan. Actually make them invisible before, you know, phasing into one another, because after they phase together, you can basically never tell which of them you are right-clicking. And now look at that! Quite an interesting display, isn't it? I need to somehow incorporate it into the blocks, or at the very least put some sort of a block in the middle to make these axes look like they are actually like an ornament, as opposed to just two random floaty axes. No water in the nether, so we're doing this instead. Yep, just inching it along. Actually, let me replace this slab over here for something that I actually will be able to see more clearly. Yep, just inch it along. Just tiny bit more, tiny bit more. Nope, that's it. That's the longest. I'm trying to create the steering wheel of the ship, if you couldn't tell. I can imagine why you couldn't tell, because these two pickaxes, even merging with one another, they don't really make a wheel. Actually, they don't make a wheel at all. Bonk, bonk, and if we could repeat this at 90 degrees, like another 3 times, this would make for a great steering wheel. Oh my god, I'm so sad about this entire situation. It's still better, don't get me wrong. It's still better than it used to be. And we can now push blocks into these things, and we can actually get quite some interesting stuff done. It's just within the limits I'm working on, and by that I mean like it's crammed and, you know, and cloggy and awful as a result. I can't really do anything impressive within Mara herself. Now, I am glad and I'm happy with the way the interior here turned out, but I can't... Oh my god, the ghasts on the outside will flipping kill me eventually. No, really though, it's so cool to just see a ghast flying by. No, anyway. The room is pretty cool. I'm glad with the way it turned out. It looks really nice to me, but also I do admit that it could use even more armor stands. It's just that right now I'm a little bit drained as to, you know, fiddling with them, because let me tell you, it is a little bit frustrating. In truth, all of the armor stands on Bedrock Edition, whenever you shift right click them, they change position to snapped pre-made poses. That much works. That part does function. But even those pre-made poses have some randomization to them, where there's just like a tiny percentage of an angle off. And that's not awfully frustrating, but it does result in some very bizarre combinations, and this does actually look kind of like a steering wheel, but like on a bicycle. Anyway, this is something for me to figure out. I'm just really wanted to get this one as a little introduction, because I wanted to do more of this. I wanted to decorate the actual town with this type of armor stand detailing. And just like the microblocks in like modded Minecraft, this is a giant rabbit hole, and once you start it, you can really not can it. So, I mean, pray for me. This is gonna be my next great obsession. But no, that's gonna be it for today's episode. So thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been ZloXP. This has been Truly Bedrock. To be continued. Have a good one. Bye bye.